skydiving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Can you hear me? I bet you were like, we can't hear you, Dion. Can't hear you. There we are. All right. I have to use my microphones when I had the big book study last night, and I have to move my microphone. I also moved my big book, which is upstairs. So if you give me just a second, 30 seconds, go up there, grab it real quick. We will get started. All right. Thank you for being patient. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I'm going to be your host today. If you're here, please say hello, whether watching the live or the rewatch. It'll be fantastic of you to do and stuff. Gotta catch my breath. So today, we're talking about happy, joyous, and free. Woo! Yay! Being happy, joyous, and free. We're going to be reading out of Alcoholics Anonymous, page 133. This is our big book. That's what we call our big book. Can't see it, but it says Alcoholics Anonymous right here. Okay. And so if you're looking for the big book, put in Alcoholics Anonymous, because otherwise you're going to end up with an entirely different book that is not on alcoholism. Ooh, the family afterward. Love it. Love it. So I'm going to start at the bottom of page 132 is where I'm going to start for anybody following along or any rewatchers. Or anybody that wants to follow along watching the video. How about that? All right. Everybody knows that those in bad health and those who seldom play do not laugh much. So let each family play together or separately as much as their circumstances warrant. You know, I've been trying to get my kids to come over a little bit more. I need to be a little bit more part of their lives, right? You know, I was talking to my ex-wife at one point. We're still talking. I made it sound like we're not talking. And she brought up the idea of maybe doing a family game night again. We used to do those when we were younger, but it'd be a great chance to have the kids over where we could play, and dad's there, mom's there, all the moms are there, right? And we can play together instead of just doing serious crap all the time, like moving or taking care of the kids or taking care of each other, things like that. So we gotta play. You gotta play. Okay. Part of this is going to be your inner child, man. It's been a while since anybody talked about the inner child. I think I should write that down. Give me a second. Yes, hi. Good morning. Good to see you. It's my puppy. I know you guys never see her. You want to see her? This is kind of tough, but we can do it. All right. There she is. Say hi, Jasmine. She's deaf. She's deaf. Huh. And she lays in that small little spot right there every morning while I'm doing this. She's been doing it. She's been doing it since I have been going live, which is kind of cool. So she's used to it. She comes over and when I'm doing this or when I'm doing podcasts, and she lays there because she's like, I'm going to take care of my daddy. She's one of those dogs where she's very over helpful. So she's always in the damn way. Morning, Patricia, or good afternoon, Patricia, to your part of the world. Good morning, Mr. Leisure. Well, we still got it, right? So, I am starting. I'm going to go ahead and just start. I'm not really starting over. I only read 2 sentences, so I'm going to go ahead and start over. Everybody knows that those of bad health and those that seldom play do not laugh much. So let each family play together or separately as much as their circumstances warrant. We are sure God wants us to be happy, joyous, and free. I believe that. I believe that. Hi, Dion, Patricia, and Scott. That's probably Gary. Hi. Because Gary comes in and says hi to everybody. That's the first thing he does. So, and I'm probably totally wrong. I shouldn't guess at those. I shouldn't guess. I do believe that God wants me to be happy, joyous, and free. But I also feel like he wanted me to do the work to get there. Right? So, how is it that we alcoholics and addicts become happier? We seem to become happier than normal folks. We seem to laugh at silly, silly things. Okay? It is because we have gone through some very, very hard lives. That's why we've almost become desensitized to things. Okay? And so when we get to this point, I call it the warm blanket theory. It's the same thing. All right. So it's the middle of the winter, and you wake up, and your your blankets have fallen off you, and you're cold, right? And you're freezing. You take the blanket and put it back on you, and you get a warmth that's just snuggle. You're no longer cold, but you would have never felt that warmth if the covers hadn't fallen off. It's the same thing in our lives. That's why because remember, we're extremists too. You think that goes away? No. When I tell a story, half of it's a fib. All right. When I'm telling stories, I don't do that here. But that's part of how you tell stories. And so anyway, and it's not fibbing, over exaggeration. All right. So yes, we deserve to be happy, joyous, and free. I believe that every person deserves that. How they're going to find that path is entirely up to them. Yeah. We cannot subscribe to the belief that this life is a vale of tears, though it was once just that for many of us. There are countless times when I was like, that God, if I'm gonna feel like this, then I just don't want to be around. And I felt that way in recovery when I was going through a lot of my PTSD stuff. I would tell God, if this is how I'm going to be, I don't want to be here. Right? I got through it. It was fucking hard. It was really, really hard to do. Right? And I'm getting a little teary-eyed because it's a relief that I don't feel that way anymore. I'm grateful. But it is clear that we made our own misery. God didn't do it. Good news. Good news. Since we're the ones creating our problems, we're the ones that can stop it. Whenever it's about you, it's great news. Just get that stuck in your head. I did something wrong? Great. What are we fixing? What are we fixing? That's the kind of attitude you need to have. Not, I didn't mean to. That's a natural reaction. Do not feel bad for feeling that way. It's okay. But now that you know, you don't need to feel that way. Do it. So when I do something, do you think I feel guilty? No. Because if I feel guilty, then I do not take the care of the correction of errors now. Okay, maybe I do feel guilty for about a second. Okay? Because it doesn't belong in that situation. See, you can make a mistake and continue having a great day. It doesn't need to ruin your whole day. Oh, I really hurt that person. No, you didn't. Calm down. Stop thinking that you have power over other people's emotions. Whoa. Whoa. Okay? What they do is their choice. How they feel is their choice. Still valid, but not your problem. Avoid then the deliberate manufacture of misery. But if trouble comes, cheerfully capitalize it as an opportunity to demonstrate his omnipotence. Guess what you get to do? The right thing. People say it all the time. Just do the next right thing. I'm going to tell you something. The next right thing is usually the 10th step. So, hey, it's the 10th step. Oh, hey, I did that. Won't do it again. I apologize. Cool. We good. All right. Now about health. We never get into this paragraph, so let's get into this paragraph. A body badly burned by alcohol does not often recover overnight, nor do twisted thinking and depression vanish in a twinkling. Nope. You're going to have to work on that stuff. What happened for Bill? No, it didn't. Bill had a sudden spiritual experience which helped him get through these steps in a matter of days. Okay? It's not the same. He still had a spiritual malady. He was still just as close to the next drink. What did he do from there? Every time he thought he might be in trouble, he worked with another alcoholic. That's what he did. Because he understood that he had a spiritual malady that needed to be taken care of first. We are convinced that the spiritual mode of living is the most powerful health restorative. We who have recovered from serious drinking, that's me, I have recovered, are miracles of mental health. Yeah, I believe that. I'm a walking, talking, freaking miracle, man. I am. I feel that way about myself. I don't go spread that around. I don't put that on my business card. I don't put it on my Facebook or anything else. But sure, I can feel that way about myself. God's will. We're sure he wants. And I love it. I love it. With it doing that, I'm guessing it's Amber. We who have recovered from symptom, oh yes, but we have seen remarkable transformations in our bodies. Hardly one of our crowd now shows any mark of dissipation. Yeah, stick around. Stick around. You'll see it. Not very often, though. Not very often. You think so, Scott? I'm gonna have to think on that because my automatic think because I tell everybody that it doesn't matter because to me what Scott is doing here, if you guys can, I don't know if you guys can see it. I've never been on the other side, so okay, okay, all right, okay. I hear what. Okay, I got what you're saying. Okay. Yes, if there's newcomers in there, I don't quite say that I'm a miracle, but I do let them know that everything that I've had to deal with in a 2 minutes, and let them know, I'm a free man. I made it through this, but maybe I need to actually say that. Thank you, Scott. Uh, See, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Constructive criticism is constructive criticism. Okay. And just because the word criticism is in there doesn't make it bad. Okay. Constructive criticism is about growing. It's about, because remember, we made the promise that we were going to be better people every day. And that means we need to be open minded to everybody. Let's see what Patricia says about it. You can say that, but you say that wasn't you who made the miracle. Got it. Yes. That it was God's grace that created this miracle. That miracles come from God. I do not create miracles. Good. Yeah. And that's really good points. And these are things that we should talk about on how we should talk. What is it that we say? Because these people are listening, and alcoholics are listening to every word you're saying so they can use it against you. You realize that? So, all right, let's get to the reading. That was a cool discussion. Thank you. For years, I believed in a punishing God and blamed him for my misery. I feel bad for people that went through that. I want to read this. I haven't seen it yet. I just uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to me when I'm called a miracle. I think it's a self-love thing with me. Okay. If you're uncomfortable being called a miracle, I'm going to tell you, that's a legitimate feeling. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. There's a lot of times I don't like being called certain things either. I get it. I don't like being called a guru. I don't like that because I don't know everything. I just really like hard conversations. And that makes me a little odd, but it's what's unique about me. And I know that. So I utilize it to the best of my ability with God's help. It's to say humility. Humility. Got to put humility in everything I do. I ask God for the right words every time I do this. This isn't mine, it's God's. But I get a lot out of it. I get so much out of doing this. I'll probably be doing it till the day I die. I don't know. Because if I skipped a daily reflection, I feel it. I feel it. Or I miss the daily trudge. And I have missed many. All right. I have learned that I must lay down the weapons of self in order to pick up the tools of the AA program. I really like that. Okay, because we come in with machetes and guns, slingshots, all sorts of crazy stuff, right? Now, obviously, these are just, examples of the types of things. And we get to replace those things with tools that work. I do not struggle with the program because it is a gift And I have never struggled when receiving a gift. Oh, really? You haven't? Wow. You have really high self-esteem. I'm going to call bullshit. I'm going to call bullshit. Sorry. You know why? You ever receive a compliment, you don't know what to say, and all you're supposed to say is thank you. It's a legitimate compliment. Somebody here just said they don't want to be called a miracle. Huh? Well, isn't that a gift? It made them uncomfortable. That's just, it's not true. Okay, that's an opinion. I may be wrong. Okay, I may have to look at it a different way. But I do not struggle with the program because it is a gift. I've never struggled when receiving a gift. No. Even the gifts that were given to me by God, I didn't understand. I didn't understand. Okay? So, my experience, their experience may be different. Good on them for having such high self-esteem. See why I don't buy it? Maybe they got to the point. So, okay, I do not struggle with. So maybe it took them a while to get to that point. That I understand. Right? Okay. I know it seems like an inane sentence. And you're like, yeah, what are you talking about? I'm teaching you how to be open-minded. It's not a silly little sentence. That sentence means something. Okay? And I'm figuring out what it means. What I do, first I have my personal opinion. Then I kept running my mouth about it. Then I came to an agreement. Because I don't want to disagree with this person. I want to be a part of what they have. If I sometimes keep on struggling, it is because I'm still hanging on to my old ideas and the results are nil. That's in there. The results are nil. That wasn't mine. Yeah, because half measures avail you nothing. Right? And we can all reach being happy, joyous, and free. Okay? Happy, joyous, and free is an action, and these are the actions that newcomers will see in the meetings. Okay? And then that provides hope. You may be so happy that alcoholic is going to go, they're faking it. Faked. Nobody's that happy. Why? Because they haven't experienced that happiness yet. They don't know what it's like. Their blanket hasn't fallen off. They haven't picked their blanket up off the floor because they're cold. And they're staying that way because they want to be obstinate about it. Because they can prove that they can stay warm all night without that blanket. Right? All right. That's going to be it. My friend Ingrid, our friend Ingrid, I should say, is chairing a noon meeting. So I'm going to go hit that meeting today so that I can support her. And it's the same meeting. It was the noon meeting that I was going to for years. And I certainly don't mind going back. I actually kind of been wanting to go back and looking for an excuse. Having a friend chair is good enough excuse for me. Right? You're welcome, Mother Miracle. We'll be like Oprah around here. You're a miracle. You're a miracle. You're a miracle. I love you. Peace out.